Welcome everyone, Josh, your friendly neighborhood metal nerd here for another 2021 album review, this time of the band Powerwolf with their new album Call of the Wild. Powerwolf's a band that's only been really on my radar since 2015 with their album Blessed and Possessed. I haven't really went back to their back catalog, but the sound can basically be described as this sort of European power metal, not necessarily as over the top as some other bands like Rhapsody of Fire or Stradivarius, stuff like that. It's more of what their sound incorporates. Is the guitars are more riff centric. He does shred occasionally in a tasteful way. The vocals are not necessarily those over the top insane. He doesn't show off his high range, ultra high register as much as some, but the band is very theatrical in their approach. A lot of their songs are based around legends about werewolves. A lot of their songs are based about Christianity and religion and sexualizing things. They're kind of they kind of have this aesthetic where the band members are mock priests. They do these like maybe undead priest werewolf type aesthetic type of thing, but the vocalist Attila is really fucking good, and all these songs are just everything you would expect from power metal with the really riff centric type of thing. The keyboards are kind of like have this aesthetic of a 17th century like church organ. It's very liturgical, ceremonial type of feel to it at sometimes, but at the same time it's really bombastic. The thing about Powerwolf is that it's one of those bands where it will really get you headbanging to it and singing along to it. Nothing too ultra fancy or crazy about this band. Pretty straightforward. Every song ranges from about 3 to 4 minutes. Similar lyrical themes, about religion and fighting for blood and glory and fucking legends about werewolves and all this type of stuff. That if you're a Powerwolf, this is Powerwolf. I think I kind of liked Sacrament of Sin and Blessed and Possessed a little bit better, but if you're a fan of power metal, straightforward, guitar-driven power metal, nothing necessarily too over the top. It's just cheesy enough, just theatrical enough to be tasteful. Just this is a straight up power metal, straight up European power metal. They don't go ultra crazy. This isn't something where it's one of those weird bands I listen to. This is just a straightforward, catchy, theatrical power metal band with very anthemic choruses, lyrical subject matter that you would come to expect from this band. Very much just a straight up fun, awesome, headbangable, singable power metal release. So some of the stand-up tracks for me would be the opener, really good opener, Faster Than the Flame. Beast of Jevadon is basically one of those songs about this legend of a werewolf type creature. Then it goes into one of my other favorite standout tracks, Dancing with the Dead. Is one that only upon listening to it 2 or 3 times I already can sing the whole fucking chorus note for note. Varkalok, which is another, I think I'm supposed to be saying standout tracks and I'm just listing every track, but they're really all pretty fucking good. Varkalok is another one of those werewolf legends. And then Blood for Blood, another one of those mythological horror werewolf type of legends, and this one is based on an Irish myth, and then you can definitely tell that it came from Celtic background with the way in which the song is structured. I don't know, I think it's synthesized, but the way the keyboards are accentuated and synthesized, it sounds like bagpipes in part of it. It's really good, got that Celtic feel that really tells you what you're in. And then I think really the last half of the album is not quite as good as the first half of the album. Call of the Wild is pretty good, but at the same time it doesn't catch you, it doesn't engage you as much as, you know, tracks from the first half like Beast of Jebediah, Dancing with the Dead, and Faster Than the Flame. Another one, you've got this sort of Undressed to Confess that goes with their sort of blasphemous type of mock priesthood type thing, where you have lyrics that say in sainted moments of dark, unveil yourself by request, for any sin you confide would take a cloth off your breast. And then it says in one of the pre-chorus, see her go down at night when on the cross she licks. So it's you know, that sort of sexualized type of taking jabs at religion, mocking the whole church aesthetic, and they do that quite they do it tastefully, if that makes any sense. I know that sounds kind of obscene when I just read you, but they do it not in an overtly like, look, this is what we're in your face, like, hell, Satan for the blood of the saints, drinking the blood of the saints out of the skull of a priest type of thing. They just do it with this more mythological aesthetic, this ceremonious aesthetic to it, this like really well done, just theatrical presentation of power metal that's really, really good. 40 minutes long, so it's not too short, not too long, right in the right amount where you can really give it a good listen. It's not an album that's really challenging for the listener. It's an album that you can easily digest. It's if you're a power metal fan, you're gonna love it. If you're not a power metal fan, you're probably gonna hate it. It's not as cheesy as something like a Sabaton or something in that vein, but it is power metal. It is clean vocals, soaring guitar riffs, theatrical. You could accuse it of being gimmicky if you really wanted to, but you know, I've spoken for fucking 8 minutes already about this thing, so go ahead and give it a rating. I would give it an 88 out of 100. I usually give high scores to shit that I review on here. I barely review shit albums. This is not a shit album by any stretch of the imagination. It's probably going to end up on my end of the year list. Usually I do a top 25, even if I don't publish it on YouTube. This will probably end up there. 88 out of 100. Powerwolf, Call of the Wild. If you remotely enjoy power metal, you really need to give this a listen. Peace out, motherfuckers.